And welcome back, trackside. Once again, race fans here to the Turn 3 Race Network back in action for some regular season points. The Chi-Town Throwdown. 115 laps around this 1.5 mile D-shaped oval just outside of Chicago, out in Joliet. Amazing facility, high speeds, high banks, high stakes for some of these drivers. Point standings gonna start getting tight as we run down these final 6 weeks of racing action. The Premier Racing Setup Pole qualifying session already underway. Handful of drivers with those timed laps in. So before we head trackside to lay down some of those times for you, how you doing? How you feeling? Out there in TV Land, race fans, glad you could all join us here tonight. As always, Dave in the Cave bringing you all the calls from trackside. We spoke about trackside. Let's get you some of those times to the left-hand side of your screen. And looks like wanting to bug us a little bit with the graphics and scoring. Alex Wiggins going to go top of the speed charts. Quick time here in qualifying, 30-40. For the 11 of Wiggins, Derek Moore just missing out on that pole position, 30-49. Fast time for Moore, handful of drivers still remaining there. Jeffrey Engel, Christian Abate, Cody Schultz, yet to put in a time lap with just 60 seconds remaining. It's going to be hard-pressed for either of those drivers to put in a time lap, and it looks like the Bucky's number 45 going to stay on pit road, leaving only Cody Schultz with the opportunity to dethrone Wiggins from that provisional pole position. Can he do it? First time lap getting ready to come up here for Schultz. Just now underway, up to speed lap behind us, and he doesn't have very long to get this done. It's going to be a one and done for him. He's not going to have that opportunity, that leisure to run that second time lap. There you can see him down the backstretch and into turn number 3. Cody Schultz, of one and only opportunity. Will he be able to do anything with it? Can he take Wiggins off of the pole position out of 4, cross the line, down on the apron, cutting the track? Where is he going to go? Only get enough for 12. Not going to be good enough to dethrone the king at the top. Provisional pole. That Premier Racing Setup qualifying award belongs to Alex Wiggins. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Head trackside for your national anthem. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular, the bombs bursting in air, gave
And back trackside at the push of the right buttons. Driver's going to roll off in the starting grid. We're going to set the field for tonight's the Chi-Town Throwdown, starting inside row number 1. Your most consistent driver of the season comes into tonight's race sitting as your points leader. Snatches the pole position. Behind the wheel of that Canadian Tire, number 11, Alex Wiggins will lead us to the green flag. Derek Moore going to line up just beside him with Nick Burlow. And Andrew Conville back in row number 2. Row number 3 here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway, the 5 of Cody Schultz and the 41. Midway Kid. Doug Argabright, Nicholas Wing, and Jake Dofing back in row number 4. Inside row number 5, behind the wheel of that 38 machine, Zach Miller will start from the 9th position. Daniel Jensen, number 4, just to his side. Michael Overstreet, Jeffrey Engel, row number 6, and finishing out the 14 car. Tonight, 574 of Matt West and the 45 of Christian Abati. That's gonna do it. Pace cars in. They get ready to unleash the beast just like that on the gas and green applause here from Chicago. Nice, easy opening lap at the front of the field. You can see a little bit of jockeying for position back in the back around that 10th, 11th, 12th. Off the racetrack goes Burlow in that 51 shock top machine. Derek Moore falling to the back, 3 wide for a second. And was Cody Schultz. Argo Bright and God places to go. He's heading to the front. He moves to the second. Argo Bright up 4 positions early here from Chicago. Early lead for your pole sitter. Let's go back and focus in on the hand of one of the first battles in this field here tonight. Cody Schultz, Nick Burlow, Derek Moore right here all battling for Conville. Looking in from behind him, the number 10 machine. Top 5 position, 2, 3 wide for a moment. Added 2, they'll sort it out. And Argo Bright quickly to that second position now, losing a little bit of ground, losing some grip on the inside of the racetrack. 51, big moment there. Derek Moore gonna utilize the apron to almost once again. These truck drivers putting it out there. A.S.M.R Hauck Designs, Truck Series 3 wide down the back stretch. We could watch racing like this all night long. Coming out of 4, we'll complete 4. Put lap 5 on the board. Let's drop the timing scoring over there to the left-hand side of your screen. Drivers really not sorting it out here at the front of the field just yet. Derek Moore, Alex Wiggins looking challenge for the first time. Nicholas Wingwood problems in the back. He's through the grass. Issues and problems for Nicholas Wing. Jake Dofing also having some problems. Let's take a look real quick. There's the mix up, the tangle. Christian Abati also involved in that. Bucky's number 45 on action in the back of the field. We're gonna head back at the front. Still ensues. New race leader down the back stretch this time around. Derek Moore looks to be the first new race leader of the night. Looking to be the first driver to really get on a roll as far as the race wins are concerned as well. That NOS Energy 0, number 16 machine. Last time we were points racing at Eldora Speedway, he hit all the dust and put it on these boys walking away with the race win from Eldora Speedway. That set himself apart from his competitors in the winners column, making it 2 victories on the season so far. Last week we had nothing but pride on the line, no points to worry about. We lost all racing in the LA Coliseum. Does it build that momentum? I'm not quite sure, but I know it builds the confidence. That's going to be back-to-back race-winning performances, looking to continue the trend here tonight. More at the front, but unable to shake a fast field behind him as we work our way back into turns number 1. All over the deck of Cody Schultz is the 11 of Alex Wiggins. Your close shot, top 51. Ooh. Moment there. I don't think that's going to be the last time we see some moments like this. This track in particular, as we see 3 wide again, Abati on the bottom, the 93 in the middle. Oh, and we got a little bit of contact there up the racetrack and into the 5 of Cody Schultz. Overstreet, just slight contact, a little bit of a door rub, no harm, no foul, but I think with these trucks and with this track, you're going to see a lot of momentum style racing. So you're going to see drivers be able to stay with each other. You're going to be hard pressed to truly break away. A driver or two are going to have some fun. Derek Moore enjoying the biggest race lead of the night, not only the door out front here as we go down the backstretch and into turn number 3. These guys start to line up a little bit, they'll reel in more without a problem, I can assure you that. But for the moment, she's still up for grabs. Overstreet and Abati going at it. 67. Convo sitting in 8th. Schultz down 4 position. Well, apparently the producers wanted to show just a nice little overhead. You know, we don't get to make the calls, we just get to call the race. Down the stretching towards turn number 3, we roll field. Still chasing after more out front. Single file starting to develop towards the front end of this field. And you can see all 12 of these truck drivers now looking like we can see it. Nice comfortable look for most of these drivers. Off of turn number 2, you can see Wiggins. I do believe that was Daniel Jensen, the number 4 machine. Not able to make the move just yet, but still with a good run so far. Jensen now up to the 3rd. Up 7 positions from where he qualified. Fast forward in the field is more, but Jensen on his trail. We've got 100 laps remaining, and I know 100 seems to be a long way to go, but these drivers picking them up, laying them down. Fast lap still under that 31.5-second mark. So these American Sim Motor Racing Hauck design truck drivers, again, some of the best in the business. We don't see a lot of problems. We don't see a lot of issues. We only see great racing action week in and week out. So if this is your first time joining us here tonight, thank you for tuning in. Turn it up with us right here on the Turn 3 Racing Network. You're watching the A.S.M.R Hauck Designs Truck Series Season number 10. We are on race number 6 out of this 12-week season. No chase, no reset of the points. So which are all year long, and you can see drivers all over each other. That advantage at the front that Moore was enjoying is starting to be eaten away. Just about half of it has disappeared over the past 2 laps. So again, I think this is going to be a tough track to break away and get a sizable advantage. I think you're going to be able to manage the pace. I think you're going to be able to manage the pack coming up behind you. I don't think we're going to see a lot of wicked crazy moves. I don't think we're going to see a lot of wicked crazy passes for the lead. I do think we're going to have about 6 to 7, possibly 10 lead changes here tonight. Also, depending on that green flag pit cycle, right? That's also a huge factor on how many different race leaders we're going to have. But this mile and a half, not your typical cookie cutter mile and a half that you hear a lot of drivers kind of talk about and group a lot of tracks in. This track deceivingly ovalish. We say on the front stretch, but the front stretch, it's not straight at all. The back stretch, it's not straight at all either. It's a constant curve here. It may not look it from the naked eye, but I can assure you, you're not going to run a straight line down this back stretch there. You can see that curvature of the wall represented just a little bit there in that camera shot. So drivers got to be constantly aware, still trying to get as much as they can out of that corner, but knowing that it's gonna give you a little bit more, but it's gonna take it away. You gotta have that fine line. We'll see how drivers navigate and run through that track temperature under we can talk, I promise. Track temperature under 100 degrees. The start of qualifying. Still under 100 degrees for the time being. But a long way to go. Ooh. Let's go to Burlow. Caught him out of the corner of the Nick Burlow all over the rear of your race. Looking for his opportunity to lead a lap here tonight. Down to the inside. Can he pull up? Oh, big slide job. Big slide job out of Ford. Look for the crossover. More to the bottom of the racetrack. Covered up by your new race leader here from Chicagoland. Nick Burlow going to put himself on point. And Burlow also another one of those drivers that has had a pretty consistent finishing rate. Started 4 races so far this season, 4 out of the 6. This is going to be 5 out of the 6, I believe. It has finished inside of the top 10 every single race. 2 top 5s out of the 4 straight for Burlow. So when he shows up, he feasts not a lot of food. Your season number 9 Xfinity Series champion right there in that number 41 McDonald's machine. You can see the golden letters. Now up to 3rd, up 3 positions from where he qualified. He was on an early run, fell back to about that 6th position. Now heading back to the front, right in this mid portion of this opening green flag run are the tires. Is the track starting to flip. Change over into the hands of a few different drivers. Now at the front, Burlow leads Argar Bright. Jensen gonna move into 3rd, more back to 4th with Overstreet rounding out your top 5. Big moment on the bottom of the racetrack. You can see that NOS Energy Ford just comes snapping up off the apron at a turn number 4. So a close little Close little moment there for more. What do you see? Let's go back here. Let's go shed some light on some of these drivers fighting hard towards the rear of the field. The 89 Turner Trucking Company. Chevy Silverado, piloted by Jeffrey Inkle. He's up 3 positions from where he qualified, so a great run going so far. 38, Zach Miller. What is this? Is this a Starbucks car? Do we got Starbucks out there? We got Starbucks on a truck, and nobody brought me anything. I don't want any other coffee. No offense to the people that love it, but I don't want any other coffee. What I want some of the cake pops. I love them cake pops. Man. Anyways. Side-by-side battle. 9th and 10th on the racetrack. Cody Schultz falling from grace. That number 5 had a little bit of early contact. He's dropped way back in the field here. It's here the kid. Tundra. Way down now to 11. Meanwhile, at the front, Argo Bright wants the race lead, and there goes Burlow to pit road. Nick Burlow gonna head to pit road. Argo Bright get across the line. New race leader becoming just our 4th different leader of the night. At a turn number 4, we're going to switch to the racetrack. Let's take a little look there. You can see off of the tail end, Alex Wiggins, the pit road best time around your Premier Racing setup pole award winner. Get ahead down pit road. Nick Burlow getting up to speed and off of pit road. Wiggins just about to the box. Cody Schultz, a little longer pit stop here, the 5 with some problems. He's going to go down multiple laps here. Tough break for Schultz after being near the front of this field for a vast majority of tonight's race. He's going to have to try to hope, wish, pray for a caution. Let's take a look at the Bucky's number 45. She's going to go on board now with that 45 of Abati, who does have a race win so far this season, looking for that second, looking for a little bit of momentum here. Averaging right around, what's that going to be? Right around a 3.3. How do you average around a 10th of a position? Shouldn't it always be like a whole number? Like, you never finish 3rd and a half. You know what I mean? No, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, overanalyzing it, but 3.3 averaging finishing position for Christian Abati. Look at the run so far this season. You can see him now trying to reel in those race leaders. Daniel Jensen now vying for a spot at the front. Let's go to the point with Jensen at the bottom. For the Farmers Bush, number 4 machine. Big moment. Had the race lead in 1 and 2. Big moment on corner exit. And he's going to give that position back. An unofficial lead change. Not going to lead at the line, so it's not going to count. Still only 4 race leaders in tonight's Chi-Town Throwdown. And I'm gonna be honest about something, guys. I thought maybe Cody Schultz was saving fuel. I thought maybe he's gonna try to stretch this thing on out, make it on a 2-stopper, right? Split this thing into 3 runs. I don't know. That drivers can do it. I mean, it's going to be close right here. Lap number 35, if they can get about another 6 to 7 laps, they're going to be right on that window. They're not going to have to worry about saving fuel. They're going to be able to run it to the end. Will it be done? Jensen going to give up that second position. Looks like the top driver's heading to pit road, so just like that. And here you go. This is what I mean. This is where the strategy gets a little tricky. 35 laps into the green flag run, we're going to head to pit road. That means somewhere around lap number 70 to 73, we should be eyeballing drivers back to pit road. You do another 35 from that. Come on, you do the math. Come on, come on, we'll make it easy for you. It's short. It's not gonna get there. So were these drivers saving fuel at all? I don't know. Gonna reclaim the race lead, the shock top number 51, Nick Burrow. This is how and when the race dynamics change. This is how and when you step away. Came to pit road back on lap number 28, and he is 2.6 seconds out front of Alex Wiggins, who came to pit road on lap number 29, and Wiggins with about a 2.8 second advantage over Arterbright, who's followed closely by Moore and Avanti. Let's go here to this little 3-4 car battle. Going to be for 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th on the racetrack. But is that gain? Is the gain gotten by Wiggins and Moore, or Wiggins and Burlow? I apologize. Is that going to be enough to offset the fact that they're going to have to make another pit stop? Possibly two. Some drivers in this field on that lap number 35 pit strategy, if they can squeeze out 36, 37 laps, that means they're going to be right on the cusp of being able to pull another 37 lapper at the end of tonight's race, and barely, and I mean barely, to get to the end. But now that the strategy's done, what do you do if you're maybe Derek Moore or Doug Arterbright sitting in 3rd and 4th? Do you see the gain that these drivers had? And do you jump on an opportunity to maybe short pit a little? Maybe bring it in about 5 laps earlier this time, trying to catch the guys on the same strategy as you, off guard, switch things up. Maybe find yourself in advantage on that final green flag run. We're going to watch it all unfold. We're going to see how it all goes down here tonight from Chicagoland Speedway. You're watching the Chi-Town Throwdown for the A.S.M.R. of Designs Truck Series. Avanti on the bottom, Arga Bright on the high side. Unable to make the pass for position, we're going to stay 3 trucks deep as we cross the line. Lap number 41 on the board. And just unable to make the pass on the inside. We're going to take a look here at the man putting in work. Got that lightning McQueen helmet on, smiling, cheesing ear to ear. Not going to be too happy about Avanti making the move to the bottom side of the racetrack, taking that position away. Overstreet looking like he wants to pounce. And there it is, going to pack it down deep into turn number 3. Looking to walk it up the racetrack through the center corner, exit out. There it is, and Overstreet. Get a pickup position on Arga Bright. Bump Arga Bright outside of your top 6. Well, we got some action for you at the front. 2.8 seconds. Not enough to keep more behind him. Alex Wiggins going to fall back to third now. 3.3 second advantage for Burlow at the point. We're within 15 laps of the halfway point as well. So, you know what? We're going to go ahead and get things cleaned up before the possibility of green flag pit stops interrupt us. Lap number 45 going to go on the board this time around. We started tonight's race with 14 drivers. We are now down to only 11 drivers on track with only 10 remaining on the lead lap. 2.4 second advantage for Nick Burlow out front. Just 4 separate race leaders here tonight. Your Premier Racing Setup Pole Award winner gonna fall back to the 3rd position for the moment. And really the green flag pit stops, that's what did it, guys. That's what really separated this field. That's what brought all the gaps. So let's go back to one of the battles. Let's go where the action is. There you can see once again Christian Avanti leads Alex Wiggins, Doug Argabright right here, all running forward deep. '38 Starbucks Toyota Tundra, highest running Tundra in the field here tonight, being piloted by Zach Miller. The Starbucks machine might need a little bit of espresso here tonight to try to pick up a little bit of speed, get things going. Miller knocking on the door of the top 5, not quite there, still up 2 positions from 9th to 7th. As we continue to click off the laps, long opening run here at Chicagoland Speedway, and could we see a flag-to-flag race? It is looking like the possibility, the opportunity that these guys are going to run this thing green all the way through. It's becoming a little bit more realistic as we continue to click off and count off these laps. Nick Burlow still at the front of the field, but he has got company now, giving up all that he has gained. Nick Burlow down the backstretch, going to lead Derek Moore, as Moore going to pack it to the side here again. Style high, wide, and handsome, running the Larson line. Gonna get it done. The momentum will prevail, and Moore back to the point once again. And here you go. This is something we're gonna talk to you about really quick. 28 and 28. Somebody give me the numbers. Somebody give me numbers. What is that? That's gonna be 56. So not quite able to run a true same green flag stint before giving up the time that was gained. Will Burlow be able to keep himself? This is going to be the biggest factor here. Will he be able to keep himself within 3 seconds of your race leader and within your top 4 before heading back down pit road? If he can do that, he might have that opportunity to pull this off. So let the games begin as we are just around the way from the halfway point here tonight. The American Sim Motor Racing Hauck Designs Truck Series. It's season number 10. We are well underway. Points battles starting to really shake up throughout really your entire regular season standings week into tonight's race, all the way back to 13th in the point standing, still mathematically alive, still having opportunities to get it done. But Our good buddy Dave Gage, man, not found here tonight, missing in action. That is definitely going to hurt the opportunities for Gage to try to become, I don't want to say become relevant, because he's relevant in every race. He just hasn't quite had all of the finishes that maybe his car speed and skill has represented. He's had a little bit of a rough go here and there, being caught up in other people's problems. And getting ready to be some other people's problems here. We want to make it back, giving up 2 seconds to race leader Derek Moore. Maybe the short pit is not the way to go. A little bit of a moving roadblock with the slide job this time around. Bernard trying to protect, trying to keep himself with any sort of speed, of grip, trying to stay with your race leaders and super loose on the bottom of turn number 2, coming up out of the corner exit. Going in to the 51. So with gaps now developing through this field, we're going to stay right here. Burlow and Overstreet going to battle for the final spot on the podium positions here tonight. And just like that, the cream has risen to the top. The cream has risen, or the cream has rose? Anyways. At the front again, and it never really ceases to amaze us. We've had 5 different race leaders so far this season. One with an early exit, Nicholas Wing, coming into tonight's race, sitting in second in the overall point standings. That is the season that Wing has had so far. A phenomenal season for Wing, as Burlow getting ready to duck off and head to pit road. Let's take a look here at Christian Abati battling with Michael Overstreet. As we were saying, though, that 3, I mean, he's had a phenomenal season. Tonight, just not a night for the crew. It's just tough luck. He's going to fall a little bit into the point standings, I would expect. But those previous race winners, the guys that have showed they know how to get it done, whether it be by outright domination, strategy calls, being able to get to victory lane. 3 out of those 5 drivers inside of your top 4. Before we're heading to pit road, Alex Wiggins was running inside the 5th position. So 4 out of your 5 previous race winners inside. Absolutely amazing that these drivers can find a way to sniff the front week in, week out. Wiggins to pit road, Burlow to pit road as well. There you can see Matt West getting back up to speed. West a little bit behind the 8 ball, listed 4 laps down to that 11th position, as we are just over the halfway point here today. We should see Burlow and Wiggins get themselves back onto the lead lap. There you can see Derek Moore, Christian Abati heading to pit road. That's going to put Michael Overstreet to the race lead for the first time here tonight. New race leader once again going to be our 5th official. The new race leader of the night. Whoa, big moment for Overstreet on the high side. Don't want to do that too many times when you got Doug up right behind you, the McDonald's man. Here tonight, go out there and steal the thunder from the 93. We got ourselves just over 50 laps remaining here. It's only just over 75 miles of racing. Remaining in the Chi-Town Throwdown for the A.S.M.R. Hauck Designs Truck Series Season number 10, race number 6. Overstreet, he's going to extend this run here. It looks like everybody else knowing that they're not going to make it, adjusting strategies on the fly. Overstreet may have a little advantage here. With Arga Bright on pit lane, it is now only Overstreet and Daniel Jensen remaining on track, remaining on the lead lap. 0.6 seconds back to Jensen, so Overstreet, he's got some time. He's got a buffer. He can start trying to pad some fuel, pad some laps here. The 574 coming up on you. Not third position. Not a battle you need to be concerned with. But it looks like not even gonna attempt to race that Superflow number 574. Matt West get a little toe down the front stretch, liking that right there, clutching for sure at this point in time. But Daniel Jensen to pit road, Overstreet with a huge opportunity right here. I mean, absolutely huge opportunity. You can see in the background Derek Moore and Burlow right there with each other. Let's take a little look there. You can see him right there. The early pit stop by Burlow causing him to switch the strategies. He came to pit road on lap number 60, just 3 laps after Burlow. And the short pit not going to work out this time for that 51. But if you're Overstreet right here, you gotta start eyeballing pit road now. You're trying to get to somewhere around that lap number 70. But this is gonna be the key. How much time do you give up right now to Moore, to Ball, to Bott? Do you let Doug Argabright, who is about 5 seconds back from these guys, do you give up the time to let Argabright get by you and unlap himself as well before you head to pit road? I'm thinking all these guys right now are going to have to hit pit road at least one more time. There's no way anybody's got enough fuel to the end. It's possibly sitting in the catbird seat. How long? Does that 93 of Overstreet to stay out on the track? We see Moore getting by. He is now on the lead lap, but Overstreet, he's still got a ton of time here. And he's not going to risk it anymore. He's going to head to pit lane this time around. Michael Overstreet down to pit road, and that will hand the race lead back to this man. And Derek Moore, man, just seems to have him covered over the past handful of weeks. Doesn't really seem to matter what you throw at him, what kind of strategy, what kind of fuel mileage on track wear. Derek Moore has just he's just been on point. I don't want to say he's polished a few things because he's a phenomenal driver. We've seen that last season, in the season prior, in the season before that. We have been right here with the A.S.M.R. Hauck Designs team for a very long time, and we couldn't be happier to be partnered with them for their historic 10th season here on iRacing.com, also in partnership with the PremierRacingSetup.com stable. An amazing group, the longest running, longest standing setup shop on iRacing.com. You can check them out down in the description. PremierRacingSetup.com. If you're looking for the edge over the competition, they've got what you need. They can tweak it, whether it's bought directly on the gears, or if you've got no clue what you're doing, you can grab one of the setups. You can find yourself some more speed. I promise you that. They're not the longest running, highest rated setup shop on the platform for no reason. And once again, that's PremierRacingSetups.com. Just about 75 laps into tonight's race, green flag pit stops for the second time have put big gaps all through the field. Derek Moore now leading by 1.2, another 1.2 back to Burrow, and that shock top number 51 machine Doug Argabright still chasing after his first win of the season. Argabright still chasing some good finishes. Unfortunately, Doug missing a race or two. That's going to put him behind the 8 ball as far as the point standings are concerned. We know he's got the skill. We know he's got the talent. Running in fourth for the time being, can Argabright find a position or two before the conclusion of tonight's Chi-Town Throwdown? Still a long way to go. Drivers should have to make it at least one more stop on the night. And it looks like the outside wall has caught yet another victim. The 574 of Matt West, long extended. Stay on pit road, Jeffrey Engel and that Turner Trucking Company number 89 machine also on pit road for an extended stay. That's going to leave us with just 8 drivers on the track, all 8 still on the lead lap, but Miller and McConville, they need to pick up the pace. There you can see him just out in front of your race leader, but these two guys battling for position. They're not going to be able to mess around much longer. Race leaders will be closing in, but you can see as we look off of the green tech point. Man, see, why did I do it? Why did I do it? Man, you can't tell me that thing don't look good. I don't even know what it is. As long as it bit. Zach, we're gonna have to have a talk. That better not be no pumpkin spice. It better not. It is too early in the year for that. We are not dealing with a pumpkin spice just yet. If you need a perk, you need a little pickup, you can head over to your local Starbucks, get yourself a great little coffee. Again, not a fan of Starbucks, but love the cake pops. So if you're in the area and you want to drop me off a treat, you can always swing by, grab some cake pops, and drop them off. I will not be mad, I can promise you that. But if this is pumpkin spice, Mr. Miller, we're going to have a talk. Just saying. We're going to go back inside of the top 5, follow along with Doug Argabright. Take a look now at your race leader, Derek Moore. As Moore gonna go around the 10 of McConville, put him a lap down, and Andrew gonna head to pit road. Matt West with a big moment. He's gonna head to pit lane as well. Moving in on just around 35 laps remaining. Final green flag pit stop window starting to open up. We've seen drivers be able to run 35 laps on fuel. Everybody started with 5 sets of tires here tonight. They've only been to pit road twice. We have been clean and green for all 80 laps that are on the board. Phenomenal, amazing feat unto itself. You've seen some amazing close racing action all the way through that initial green flag run and just a little bit after into that second green flag run. Still some good battles for position right here. Fighting for a spot on the podium on the right, looking to hold off the 51 of Nick Burlow, the shock top, number 51, looking to shock the world and become yet another new race winner so far this season. We've seen Burlow play with the strategy here tonight. He was the first driver to really bring us, or bring the strategy to the forefront of tonight's race. So with that fuel window open, does anybody short pit and run it to the end, or will we see these guys adjust and try to run to, it looks like it's going to be somewhere right around about lap 95 to lap 97, shortening the amount of fuel they'll need, shortening the amount of time spent on pit road. Which end of the spectrum do you want to operate in? If I'm Overstreet, Wiggins, Miller, I'm outside of the top 5 right now, I'm short pitting. The fuel window's there. Let's go, guys. This is the opportunity. We got to do something different. If we wait to come to pit road with them, we're not going to gain. We're not going to get enough ground by the end of tonight's race. Yes, 35 laps to go, but what do you want out of me? I'm not in a drag car out here turning these laps. This is a heavy 10-top NASCAR Hauck Designs Trunk Series machine. And I don't see without some type of strategy how somebody doesn't overcome and put more out of that top spot. Biggest race advantage of the night belonged to Burlow at one point in time. Derek Moore is now really stretching his legs at the front of the field out to a 2.5 second advantage over Christian Abate, with Doug Arkwright now sitting in third. Nick Burlow giving up on the fight for the moment. Burlow going to settle into fourth, with Overstreet back in fifth. Alex Wiggins, your premier racing setup Pole Award winner, going to sit in sixth. And there it is. There's a strategy call. Nick Burlow going to head down pit lane early. Nobody on the lead lap going to follow him, so Burlow looking for as the lap count continues to creep down. Then we see that 93 of Michael Overstreet closing in on the back end of the 89 Turner Trucking Company machine of Jeffrey Engel. Engel, a little bit of a rough go here tonight. A tough break for him. Some contact with the outside wall and some heavy sustained damage. Going to put him 13 laps down, but still fighting hard. Good to see the perseverance out of these drivers. That even when the chips are down, even when it's not what you might want it to be, you still pull those belt straps tight. You still get out there and try to turn the laps. And, well, I don't know. Engel might need to pull those belt straps a little tight. They look a little bit loose. Wonder if race officials are going to do some stream sniping and call down to that 89, see if he can't tighten the belts up. Meanwhile, Christian Abate to pick last time around. Not going to allow Burlow to okey-dokey on that strategy call. The 51 sitting one lap down. First driver listed one lap down as a race leader. Gonna pull to pit lane. Derek Moore gonna pull the trigger on his pit stop. That's gonna hand the race lead back over to Doug Argabright. Once again, Argabright to the point. Michael Overstreet now sits in second. Zach Miller gonna inherit third. So we're going to have 25 laps to go next time around. It's going to be a short track shootout. Man, these drivers, what's the strategy for these guys on pit road? Right? Is it right sides and one can of fuel? Do you need two full cans of fuel? Do you bring it down 2 to 3 gallons? No, you don't quite need a full fuel load. What's the strategy gonna be? We keep our eye on these pit stop times. Looks like the majority of the guys that have come to pit road have elected for 4 tires and fuel. Everybody right at that 14.6 to 15 second mark on and off pit road, or in the pit box, I should say. But not gonna make a matter though. We're gonna go right here. Christian Abate fired up out of a cannon. Where did he come from? Late in the race, he shows up with pace. Christian Abate gonna put that Bucky's number 45. The outside taking a little look. Now the crossover, the lap machine gonna prevent the move. He's gonna have to wait in line here, very close on the strategy calls. The ball for the moment sitting third and fourth with Overstreet and Miller to hit pit lane. And if you're Christian Abate, this is all you could have asked for out of this green flag pit cycle with less than 25 to go. Get me out on track and give me the opportunity. Give me the chance to get a little bit of draft. Let me sniff the draft. Let me get a little bit of a toe down these long front stretch, the long back stretch. Let me try to build a run and give me a shot. It may be all it needs to get into victory lane for what would be his second win on the season. But for the moment, Moore starting to open things up over a bonus. We're going to head back to Michael Overstreet, who is your official race leader. Still yet to hit pit road. I don't know, guys. It's. He was the last to pit road on lap number 68. He stretched the fuel further than anyone else, and there it is. There's going to be the call. Not enough fuel to get to the end, and Overstreet will give up that race lead. Michael Overstreet to pit road. That's going to hand it over to Derek Moore. Christian Abate now going to take over that second position. Nick Burrow looks to reclaim a podium spot here. Michael Overstreet in the pit box. How long does he stay stationary? It looks like it's going to be a 4-tire stop for Overstreet. Saving a little bit of time on the fuel, but it's not going to be enough to get him back out. Race leader's going to blow his doors off. City in their wake here tonight. Tough night for Overstreet. Leading, now looking to just hold on to a top 5. Alex Wiggins, your pole sitter, going to take that opportunity away with 20 to go. 19 when we cross the line. Derek Moore chasing after the 3-peat. He wasn't really a sleeper here tonight, but getting ready to put him to bed. The NOS Energy Zero, number 16, Machine of Derek Moore, once again dominating performance here tonight. He's going to lead the most laps in the Chi-Town Throwdown here in season number 10. Race number 6 getting ready to come to a close as we finish off the night. Final 17 laps remaining. Derek Moore going to look to lead all 17 of these. Doesn't look like Abati can really do much with him. Looking back through the timing and scoring, you can see it over there on the left-hand side of your screen. Not a lot of battles to speak of. This is your closest battle for position on the racetrack, so we're going to try to keep it right here. He's been holding steady to just about a 3/4 of a second advantage. Wonder if Moore's up there pedaling, or is Abati just not able to get any more out of that 45. 14 to go this time around. 21 miles of racing action remain out in front of these American Sim Mode Racing Hauck Design Truck Series drivers. We have been clean and green all night long. Not a single caution flag to speak of. And what a wrench that would throw in tonight's race, right? Less than 15 to go. Caution flag comes out. These drivers had 5 sets of tires when they started tonight's race. They've been to pit lane for 4 fresh Goodyears 3 times. That leaves 1 set. You better pray we don't have multiple issues, or you may find yourself without any tires. What would the strategy be called if we get a late race caution? Do you come and get the tires? The way we've seen fresh tires be a huge advantage. Would you come and get the tires? Would you give up track position? What would you do? If I'm leading the race, I know I got 2 sets down there, or at least 1 more. I'm coming to get my tires. I don't care what the guys in 2nd, 3rd, 4th, all the way back through the field do. I don't care. At all. I want the 4 fresh tires, because if they stay out, I'm going to blow their doors off on the restart. If half of them stay out, I'm going to be at the front and I'm going to blow their doors off on the restart. Give me a restart with at least 2 laps. I'll start from the rear with the fresh tires and I'll beat you every time. That's what I'm thinking as a driver. I may have to convince the crew chief to play along. But I mean, the crew kind of has to play the game. When you pull down pit lane, it's go time. Whether they were ready or not, they gonna get ready and they gonna be ready. But I don't think we're gonna have to worry about that. I don't think we're gonna see a caution flag fly here tonight. I think these drivers are gonna race well over 170 miles here tonight. Straight green flag. Man, 10 to go. 15 miles of racing action now remaining in front of Derek Moore. He has more than enough fuel to get to the end. Do you get complacent? Do you maybe get a little too comfortable? Let's take a look. Let's take a ride with the race leader. That's what it looks like. Nice, clean, clear view out of the windshield. Nothing to worry about. You can catch a little glimpse in the rear view mirror. Nothing behind him there. Let's just listen to these RPM. Let's listen to him get down into 1 here. And if there was any lift, it was oh, but minuscule. Holy Jesus. Guys are pushing upwards of 175 miles an hour through these corners. You can hear just a little bit of work on the throttle out of the corner exit that time around. Let's listen back into one more time. You can hear that little bit of a lift. Back on the throttle though, already modulated 2 or 3 times on quarter exit. There it is, flat to the floor, all the way down the back stretch and heading into turn number 3. 2.5 second advantage for your race leader, Derek Moore, looking to put a punctuation mark on tonight's performance. Let's take a look here. We've got a little bit of action on track. Doug Argabright, Nick Burlow, they're going at it. 3rd and 4th, your final podium position up for grabs. Jeffrey Engel in tow, but Engel is multiple laps down, sitting in that 9th position. With a 5-lap difference on the tires, Argabright's been able to close in on the 51 as he ran up on the back end of Engel, who hasn't necessarily been tough to pass, but hasn't necessarily just rolled over for these lead lap drivers as well. Argabright having to navigate some unfortunate territory and a little bit of a dust up with the outside wall. That may be enough to put Argabright into that final podium. Whoa, big snap. Holy jeez. Big snap there for the 41 machine. Or 51, we apologize. Battling Argabright for position. But that snap for Burlow may have been just enough to put the final nail in the coffin, and he is going to give up a half a second for losing down the back stretch. Oh, that's tough right there. So it looked like we were going to see a highly contested final few lap battle for the final position on the podium. Gonna dissipate the zone right before our eyes. Big snap of the front end for Burlow, and that's just the opportunity that 41 of Argabright needed. So with popsicle sticks on display, 2 laps to go for your race leader, Derek Moore, out front, almost a 3-second advantage, barring any catastrophes here. Moore looks like he's going to go back-to-back regular season race-winning performances. But he's going to pull off a 3-peat if you put in the Coliseum All-Star win from last week. Working at a 4, back across the stripe, white flag flies. Final lap here tonight in the Chi-Town Throwdown. Derek Moore dominating performance once again. And he's giving up quite a bit of time this final lap here, maybe saving a little fuel. Not quite sure why he'd be saving fuel, but has given up about 4/10 those final laps. At a 4 for the final time, going to come across the stripe, race winner once again. End of victory lane, the NOS Energy 0 number 16 machine of Derek Moore. Gonna claim yet another checkered flag here in season number 10. Hats off to him. And what a run for that 45 of Christian Abate, man. From the back to the front. Abate, biggest mover of the race, up 12 positions. Putting it on these boys, man. Somebody gonna have to do something to keep this fast forward F-150 out of victory lane, but out of 4 to the front stretch. He's gonna get the fans in the stands what they want to see. And that's a smoke show at the end of the night. Some post-race celebrating going on the front stretch for that fast for the driver at a Wichita, Kansas. Gets it done. Walking the dog, burning it down. Here at Chicagoland Speedway, we're going to set things up for your post-race show. Don't go anywhere, race fans. We'll be right back. In backtrack side at the conclusion of tonight's Chi-Town Throwdown, 115 laps of green flag action here tonight from the A.S.M.R. Hauck Designs Truck Series drivers. Just an amazing night, an amazing showcase of all these drivers' skills put on display once again. 3 rounds of green flag pit stops, no pit road penalties, no caution flags, and we're going to pump things up here in the post race show. Let's see if we can't catch up and have a few words with the man that walked away with the final podium position here tonight behind the wheel of that McDonald's number 41 machine. Once again on the podium, once again in the post race show. Doug, man, how are you so consistent week in and week out?
Um, I don't know. I think it's because I'll say it's because I'm not a good qualifier. I'm not a good hot lapper. Usually in practice don't even really try single lap runs. I try to try my long runs, and because the strategy was so varied and like, okay, I hope this works with the way the 3-stop worked, because it was just barely out of the window for a 2-stop. Um, I was just like, okay, let me save tires, and then I feel like I could have been up there for the win if I didn't go try to save so much tire the second run. just because I was like trying to do math in my head, and that's one of the hardest parts of these races is trying to be crew chief and driver at the same time. But I don't know. I just pride myself on trying to save tires, but not in a slow way, if that makes sense. So that just really worked out today.
Well, man, it's going to be another top 10 finish for you. So that's a top 10 in every race that you've entered so far this season. Yet another top 5, another podium position. So definitely going to help your point standings. Do you think with just 5 weeks remaining before we crown a champion here in season number 10, do you think you're going to be able to find the points to battle in that final race for that championship?
It's definitely going to be close. I feel like Watkins Glen is going to be a big wild card on how that works. And especially because I had to miss a week without a provisional just because of the way this season works out and birthdays and anniversaries and stuff like that. So personal stuff got in the way, but I'm gonna try to do my best to climb back up so that way I can at least give it a shot.
Well, man, if anybody can get it done, we know you can. You are the model for consistency. We learned that last season. We're seeing it play out once again with you with these great runs week in, week out. Congratulations on yet another great finish here tonight from Chicagoland. So before we let you go, Doug, would you like to give any final shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
As always, thank you, love you to you, um, and to other Dave Gage for hopping in the middle of the race and because I don't know what happened. I just saw it in my mirror, but I know that would have been a caution. But iRacing didn't call it. But just the way the personnel worked out today, it just didn't work out. So halfway through, Dave Gage ran in, added some admin. So thank you to him for whatever he was doing, being able to run in and do that. Um, and honestly, thankful to be running again because I missed Bristol and I missed Eldora just from personal stuff. The way my birthday, my fiance's birthday, and so nice to be racing again. Even though it was nice to have a little break, I wish I could have not had to miss a week for points, but happy to be going again and happy to be towards the front. So hopefully that'll give me a chance to get up there in the championship standings towards the end.
Well, we're glad to be talking to you again at the end of one of these things. We're going to look forward to seeing if we can't catch with you at the end of next week's race at Gateway. But until then, my friend, as always, stay safe and, of course, keep it fast.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
All right, there you have it. Final few words for the man that walks away third here tonight. Yet another podium positioned finish for the driver of that 41 machine. And that's going to move us right along to yet another familiar face in yet another familiar place. Walking away with yet another podium finish here tonight in that Bucky's number 45. Christian, how you doing, man?
Doing pretty good, Dave. How about yourself?
I can't complain. You know, we're midway through the week, and I've only been at work for 2 days, so not much to complain about. All right.
Nope, certainly not. Nice short week.
Absolutely. Well, man, a short race here tonight. Completely green from flag to flag. Did you think you might see a little more calamity or a little more chaos here tonight at Chicagoland?
I probably a bit more racy than it was, like how it was during the first stint. But I mean, after the first few pit stop cycles, it kind of fanned out pretty quick, um, and it looked like there were guys that were really indecisive about trying to stretch the two stop or go for the three stop. So it was interesting to see that come out. And then, I mean, Derek and I were chatting the whole time, and we were changing on the fly because we were thinking doing the three stop at the start, and then we saw no one could really make it to the lap number that needed to be hit, and then I was like, it's definitely way too long to try and make that. So then we just called an audible and started pitting a little bit earlier to get back, cycle back to the front.
Well, man, great pit strategies can be adjusted on the fly by great drivers, great crews, and crew chiefs. You got the job done here tonight, man. You made up a ton of positions. Biggest mover of the race, up 12 positions here tonight. So you got a little bit of a feather to stick in your cap at the end of this one, besides just that podium finish. Man, we've got 5 weeks of racing action remaining laid out in front of us. Do you think he can run for a shot at the championship?
It'll be kind of hard. I definitely need Alex Wiggins to have a couple bad races, but it's definitely his championship in control right now. So he's just got to do his job, and he's a great driver. So just got to capitalize on his mistakes.
Well, man, we hope if we don't see you making any mistakes over the next course of the handful of weeks laid out in front of us. We got some great tracks coming up. We expect to see you at the front as we always do. So before we let you go here tonight, would you like to give any shout outs, thank yous, love yous?
Just thank you, Dave, for putting on these broadcasts. It's always what man, I feel like a record at this point. It's always great to watch these back and see some different perspectives. But also thanks to A.S.M.R for putting on these races. Obviously couldn't have these races without them, so it's been really fun, really good group of guys. It's some good fun racing, and then obviously thanks to teammates Derek, Andy, and Tyler for coming out tonight too and helping out and talking through stuff. So it's always good fun being with these guys, and then also just tons of respect to everyone else for running super clean and giving everyone room. I know there was a couple of tussles tonight, but I mean, hey, it's tight, close racing, so some stuff is going to happen every week.
Absolutely. And man, we're gonna pump up your balloon for you a little bit here, man. You sounded like you were a little bit unsure on whether or not you had an opportunity at this championship, man. And we're gonna try to play not necessarily devil's advocate, but a positive reinforcement for you. I mean, you came into tonight's race just 25 points out. You finish on a podium. Wiggins with problems back in fifth, so you're gonna gain on him a little bit, man. I think you got a little bit more of an opportunity ahead of yourself than what maybe you're giving yourself. But modesty is always a beautiful thing as well. So Christian, we expect to see you in these podium interviews throughout the course of the rest of the season. But until then, my friend, enjoy this one. Stay safe. Keep it fast. All right, there you have it. Final few. Words from the man that walks away in that second position. We're going to see if we can't pull and have a few words with the man that walked away with the top spot here tonight. Let's see if we can dial up your race winner. Let's see if we can't pull them up here and have a few words with them. Let's see if we can't talk with number 16 machine of Derek Moore. Man, yet another win. Never gets old, does it?
No, it's always good to show up and hand out a beatdown.
Well, man, yeah, I told you said you were gonna go to another race over the course of the weekend, and you kind of gave yourself
Yeah,
not
that
a
race didn't
not
go good.
oh well that didn't go well then. Never mind. We're just gonna nip that in the bud and shut up on that one. All right. Well, kicking tonight on track. How about that one, man? Led the most laps. Walk away with yet another win. Last week's win in the All Star race doesn't count but for pride, but this is going to be back-to-back regular season wins for you. How could you feeling about the rest of the season? I mean, you may be the man with the target on his back.
Well, I definitely got to show up and I think do really good every race because I'm going to miss Fontana, so that's going to put me back in the hole. I think I already used my provisional, so that'll be 0 points A. So it'll be pretty hard to dig out of that, but I mean, I'm like I said, I think last time I talked to you, I'm just going for trophies at this point. It's a lot more fun to run up front than it is to run in the back. So of the races that I can participate in, I'm feeling good. I think I've got a good chance to at least maybe stay in the hunt, given that I will be missing one more race.
Well, man, if you're on the hunt for trophies, the trophy room seems to be getting fuller and fuller week after week. Uh, I'm still gonna pick you as one of the drivers as a favorite for a championship, man. Even missing a race, I think you still have the opportunity to run well week in, week out. I expect to see you there. I'm not saying it's going to be an easy task. You got a lot of great competitors that you're going to have to beat, but you seem to find a way to be beating them here lately, walking away with all these wins. We'll see if that trend continues. Don't want to keep you too long. I know you got a lot of celebrating to do after this win. So before we let you go, shout outs, thank yous, love yous.
Just thanks to the guys, we had a pretty good, clean race tonight. I think we had a little kerfuffle on the backstretch and didn't get a caution out of it, but it's always fun to run green checkered without a caution. Thanks to the admins for putting it on. Thanks to you for broadcasting. Shout out to one of my teammates. I think on your broadcast you see him as Matt West, but his name's Tyler Strickler. He hauled my dad and I out to the race this past weekend, and he brought home a second in one of the classes he was racing in, so he did good. We blew a motor, so that's unfortunate, but thanks to my dad and everybody that helped us out there, and I think my engine builder's at work building another motor for Sunday. And always, thanks to my wife for letting me do this every Wednesday and have a good time.
Well, man, we wish you the best of luck in your ventures off track. Hopefully you don't get any more big booms out there and mosquito dusters. But congratulations on the race win here. We'll see how the rest of the season goes for you. But until then, my friend, as always, you know the drill. It's no problem for you, but stay safe and keep it fast.
Thank you, sir.
And there it is. From Victory Lane, walking away with yet another race-winning performance. Derek Moore, you heard him. He's trophy hunting. He's going to add another to the case, and you better watch out because Gateway seems to be a track that is going to be right up this gentleman's alley. This driver should be tough to beat next week as well. Looking for yet a fourth win on the season. Will Moore be able to put it on him once again? Tune in to find out. What a night. What a race. Here from Chicagoland Speedway. 6 different race leaders. No cautions to speak of. With producers hitting the buttons in the background, you know the sounds. You know it's time for us to run down tonight's unofficial race results in the Chi-Town Throwdown. Derek Moore gonna put it on him, gonna lead the most laps, notch another race win in that belt of 16. Gonna walk away with a checkered flag with Christian Abati, biggest mover of the race. Behind the wheel of the Buckies, number 45. He's gonna finish in second here tonight. The LA Kid. He's loving it in that McDonald's. Number 41, Machine Dog Argerbright gonna finish on the podium yet again. Burlow. What a run by Nick Burlow in the shock top. Number 51 Machine just about had that race-winning strategy, but Burlow will finish in fourth. Alex Wiggins walks away in fifth, sliding home in sixth here tonight. 93 of Michael Loverstreet. Zach Miller gonna finish in seventh, with Andrew McConville coming home eighth. Jeffrey Engel gonna finish in the ninth position. The 574 of Matt West with problems. He'll finish back in 10th. Daniel Jensen from the front to the back. He's gonna finish 51 laps down after mechanical problems and struggles. The 4 will finish in 11th. Cody Schultz 12th, with Jake Dofing back in 13th. Nicholas Wing with early troubles here tonight. Unfortunate circumstances for that good wrench. Number 3 Machine Nicholas Wing will finish out the 14 truck field. What a night. What a race. No cautions to speak of. Flag to flag racing action. That's how the big boys run right here on the A.S.M.R Hauck Design Truck Series, season number 10. Way in the bag, we've got some great racing action laid out in front of you. If you haven't already, show these drivers some love and appreciation, and be sure to join us in that continued push to 4,000 subscribers. Show the love, drop that thumbs up, click subscribe, and smash that bell. Over there on the right-hand side, get notified anytime we go live here on the Turn 3 Racing Network, whether it's myself, Dave the Cave, or anybody else back at the headquarters. We appreciate each and every one of you, each and every time you stop by, whether you're sliding in to say hey, or you are one of our dedicated fans, friends, family, or one of our many different sponsors. We appreciate each and every one of you. Speaking of sponsors, big shout out to Premier Racing Setup, as well as Mountain Mafia Kennels, Dale Earnhardt Chevrolet.com, and Bud Kicker. Feel what you've been missing. That's gonna do it for us. We're gonna roll up the cords, and cut off the lights. Get ready to head off the gateway. We'll see you in the Show Me State, but until then, stay safe, stay loved, my friends, and until next time, we'll meet you in Turn 3.